All right. So
Okay.
we are live now. We are live. We're officially live. We have the podcast up and going. Finally, only took us about a month, 2 months and a half to get this right.
Yeah.
Hey everybody. I guess this is the actual first MDC podcast with models. I guess so. I have a very special guest with me here, joining me, Miss Sarah May. You may know her. I'll plug in her contact Instagram on the screen whenever I put it up. Yeah, so hi, how you doing?
Yeah. Good, good. How are you?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, today was kind of rough, but that's work life. But what can you do?
It happens, right?
Yeah, living in the age of the pandemic and everything else going on. But that's not why we're here
Mm-hmm.
today. Um,
No.
so yeah, this is Miss Candy May, and she is, well, in my opinion, one of the most creative, artistic, very just hands down just one of the greatest models I've seen and follow to this day.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. It's all positive, good vibes, good energy, a lot of putting
Yeah,
spotlights where it needs to be shined. So,
I appreciate that.
no, yeah, I appreciate you taking this time to being on this first time show. So, anyways, getting down
Yeah, I'm
to
excited for it. Yeah.
okay, so I believe you are on the West Coast, correct?
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah, you're
California,
in California.
Los
Okay.
Angeles.
So
Yeah.
being in California right now, you guys kind of opened up a little bit earlier, right? Than versus like people like me, like I'm in New York and we just basically opened up on Monday.
Yeah. We're kind of on the same. A lot of places are still closed down, but I know this week and next week for sure a lot more is going to start opening back up. So things are kind of going back to normal,
So, well, I asked
in
that
a
question
different
because
normal.
I know from my end in New York, everything got shut down hard, and that it really affected
Yeah.
my photography work. So,
Oh yeah.
so for that shutdown, and you being a model, did that affect any of your modeling gigs, or how did that work out for you?
Yeah. You know what? This whole COVID thing kind of came at a good. I guess never a good time, right? For that.
No, it's
As I'm
never a good
saying it, I'm
time.
like, dude, that sounds terrible.
It
But
sounds horrible.
it came at a time where I was sort of taking a break anyway.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so it was okay. But it's as far as let's say like monetizing my work, that it's definitely impacted that. Because even though I've taken a break from professional photo shoots, I'm still hustling online, and trying to sell my content and my own self-made content.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sort of been affected by everything.
So when you say your self-made content, so that's like your obviously your OnlyFans or your own personal content. So I guess I would say, how would you differ doing that versus doing professional photo shoots? Like, which one would you actually like prefer doing, or are they both like both equally and like pleasing?
That's a good question. When I was doing photo shoots regularly, and that's all that I was posting on my Instagram, it took a lot of time, a lot of money, effort. It took much more of a toll on me. And the money that I was getting in return was not much different than now, as I'm doing it all on my own. If anything, I'm earning more now than when I was doing the shoot, because I'm not spending as much time driving to the shoots and cost on outfits and all that stuff. So um, it's it's that. But and then I noticed too. I asked the fans what they prefer, and they actually prefer selfies and self shoots. So
Selfies.
Yeah, they like the selfies and self videos and all that. And I was posting up professional videos and photos, and these are, more explicit shots that you don't see on Instagram, and people weren't really. It wasn't something that they pay for. It was they liked the intimate selfies. They sort of felt like they were getting a more personal experience in that sense, because there was nobody else involved. So I just started to expand on that, and it's been doing great. But I still miss the professional shoots, and I think it's a great way to market yourself, especially on Instagram or any other platform. It's still kind of like a must on my list.
Yeah,
So I can't wait to get back into that once things clear up a bit.
yeah. You mentioned how like the your client or clientele on for your content, they prefer like getting like the selfies and like the
Mm-hmm.
for and the and
Yeah,
the and the self videos versus like the others.
the
Yeah.
professional.
So why do you think that
Yeah,
is? You think it's like on a personal level, or do you think like it's
yeah.
like something like
I
like
definitely think it is.
because like right now like I'm thinking of this off the top of my head, and I'm like maybe it's like they're fulfilling like a fantasy that they're thinking in their head, so
Mm-hmm.
when they see that it's like it's more real versus like something like a photo shoot where it's like
Yeah,
staged
where there's
almost.
someone else involved, and it doesn't look as realistic, maybe.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, as opposed to the selfies and self videos, it's sort of like something your girlfriend be sending you, throughout the day. You're lucky enough, so they're sort of getting that experience,
Yeah, yeah.
and they like it. Yeah.
um yeah, cause they like it. Yeah, that's funny.
Like,
um oh yeah, so okay, getting back into the photo shoot side of things. So
mhm.
when you was doing shoots, um these and I would assume you have like a go-to photographer out being in California, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when before even the shoot starts and all that stuff, because I've seen your page, and by like if I haven't said it already, guys listening, whoever's listening out there, please check out her page. It's very very it's very very great. Like great is not even a good enough word for it, to be honest. It's like it's artistic. It's very visually stimulating for the mind, almost. Because, well, for me, I'm a photographer and an artist, so like I see more than
Hmm.
what the regular person would see. He would see a picture and be like, oh, okay,
Right.
that's a regular picture. But when I look at a picture, I examine every single detail, every single shot, how the light
Hmm.
looks, how the theme goes with the
Hmm.
actual shot and stuff like that. So like before the shoot even happens, like do you how do you like come up with like your ideas, or like is it like your ideas, is it like the photographer's ideas and he just tells you what to do, or is it a collaboration of ideas that mesh together, like how does that come
Yeah.
about when you when you did do
Initiative.
your photo shoots?
I found that it definitely has to be a collaboration, and
Mm-hmm.
then I sort of bring in some thoughts, and then the photographer does as well, and we come up with something we agree with. Because I find that there's been times where I just do what his idea would be, and I don't give any input. I just say, well, all right, sounds all right, let's do it. And it doesn't come out to my liking, or something's off about it. Um, that, or if I try to input and the photographer doesn't necessarily see my vision or agree with it, it doesn't come out right.
Oh,
So it
doesn't that
has
just be
to,
like so frustrating though? That
yeah,
has to be so
yeah. That's
frustrating.
why we have to, like, yeah, we have to come to some sort of a mutual agreement to where we can both see the vision, and be able to contribute in our own way to make that happen. And then that's when it comes out great. Because
Yeah.
otherwise something looks off. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of very pretty models and posting up photos that there's something that looks off about it.
Oh,
because maybe the photographer's telling them do this, do that, and they do it, but they look awkward
oh man,
because they're not
see it
they're
all
not
the
feeling
time. I see it all the time when I'm
it.
going through my feed.
Right?
I just point out every single like flaw and like mistake in every single
Mhm.
picture that I see. I mean, this time there's ones that
Yeah.
you see that are really good. Like okay, they like yeah, I'm not gonna like
Yeah.
slam every single picture, but like, but there's the ones that you see like oh my god, like her skin looks like
Right.
plastic, or like oh my god, like the
Yeah, it's unfortunate because, most of the time the model's very beautiful, and then the photographer goes and screws it up with either their edits or the way they shot it or posed it.
oh man, that's
Um,
got to be the
but
worst.
that, yeah, that's why the model has to contribute just as much as the photographer,
Oh my
and
god.
that collaboration has got to really work.
Saying that it flashes me back to where I was talking to I forgot her name. Oh man, this is horrible. I forgot her name. But anyways, she's one of like she's like 100K plus type of model on Instagram. So
Mm,
this was like during like I want to say April or late March, and I
okay.
was talking to her, like saying, "Oh, okay, I can't really do shoots right now because I had to shut down everything." And she was like, "Oh man, I wish you was open because I just shot with this photographer, and I've been going to him for a while, and he's a good guy and all that, but he's such a terrible editor when he's editing his photos." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh my god, he makes me look like plastic, like I look like a Barbie doll, and I hate it."
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, "No, I can't be that bad." And then like, I'll show you a picture. I'll send you a picture. Like, what's your email, whatever. So she sent me the. Well, at first I asked her to send me the raws so I can like compare. So
Hmm.
she sent me the raws first. All right, so I looked at it. I was like, okay, let me just like give you an overall what the picture was. They were in like either like the woods or like by like a stream or something. Basically in the woods, and she
Okay.
was posing naked. So I'm guessing she was going
Hmm.
for like a Mother Earth, Mother Nature type of thing,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
So she's by like a tree, and like she's right by like a stream of water. So okay, the
Hmm.
lighting is not the best either because they were using natural light, so they were being shaded by the trees. So there's
Hmm.
that, and then she has a regular flaws like the skin regular. That was the raws,
Hmm.
and then she sent the
Hmm.
edit version of it. Boy, oh boy, was I surprised at how bad he edited that picture. Like
Oh no.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It's just his style, quote unquote, but it wasn't the style that she wanted for her vision.
Yeah, natural look.
It kind of looks like she lost dimensions, if that makes sense. Like when
Oh yeah, I know.
when you look at a picture, right? Like when not a picture, when you look at a photo of someone, and you can kind of see their dimensions, like that they're like they
Mm-hmm.
were like they had figure, like she had curves and all
Mm-hmm.
that. He
Mm-hmm.
his it looked flat, like the skin was way
Oh,
smoothed out, like she had no more texture on her body.
oh no.
Yeah, her sides
That's
there was no
horrible.
more curves. It looks like it was like cut straight. You know what I mean?
Yep. A
And
flat cut.
and um he like boosted up the lighting, but it kind of messed it up because it made it look a little grainy while the background everything was grainy, but yet she was like super smoothed out, so it didn't like really matched up.
That's so
So
weird.
that's why I was like, damn, I feel bad for this woman, man. I really felt bad because there really be some messed up. Well, maybe not in his case because his raw shot was good, but he was just a shitty editor. It was just terrible.
Uh,
I don't know how you
that's
can
hard.
like edit stuff work for people and like hand it off as good knowing that
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be bad. It just blows my mind.
Yeah. And some models use it not knowing.
Oh yeah, they just assume like, oh, this is how you edit it, so this is how it's supposed to look or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I feel
Yeah.
like that should be a crime. He should be arrested for doing some shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Not
like
cool.
that's kind of like why a lot of people come to me to like edit edit their edits or edit their raws because like they don't feel comfortable.
Right.
They don't feel comfortable having the photographers do it. Because like me personally, when I first started doing this line of work, I started out actually as an editor first.
Oh.
So I learned all the editing tricks. I learned all this the techniques and all this uh,
Mhm.
different programs before I even picked up a camera. So I had to learn how a person would look if they was like super smooth, or how they would look in different kinds of shading of light, and how edits will
Mhm. Mhm.
match the actual raw photos and stuff like that. So I know
Yeah.
the difference between a good edit and a bad edit because of my previous, not previous, but like
Because of your
starting
knowledge
my
and.
starting
Mhm.
point of where I started in my
Yeah.
career, you know.
Right.
So then
Mhm.
by the time I actually
Mhm.
picked up a camera, okay, I I could take a picture, and then when I look at the picture, I can say, okay, I have to fix this, and that, so it could be perfect.
Right. Mhm. Mhm.
So it kind of makes me feel great, like nowadays when people, I'm not even trying to like freaking boost myself up or try to pat myself on the back, but a lot of people say like I am considered to be one of the best editors out there, and
Mhm. Yeah.
it makes me feel proud.
Yeah, you should be. I mean, especially
I mean,
there's so many people that say they can edit a photo, and like you said, they just butcher it totally. It should be a crime. Um,
it should be a
but
crime. Get served 10 years in jail.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Like you've seen my work. Obviously, I've sent you some of my
mhm,
work. Like, what is your thoughts
yeah,
of my style and how I take my shots?
it's very clean, and it looks natural. It doesn't look over edited or anything. You just edit what needs to be edited. You don't overdo it,
Yeah.
and nothing looks fake or anything like that. You still see the skin texture, and
Yeah.
yeah. I looked at the photo that you edited of me recently too.
Oh,
Zoomed in to make sure that you didn't over edit my skin or anything.
yeah.
You did fine. Yeah, yeah, it
Oh,
looks good.
you was checking up on the skin, huh?
I was making sure, that I didn't look like a Barbie.
Yeah, but that was pretty cool actually. That you actually wanted to be part of that project that I was doing, and once again very grateful.
Of course.
Pictures came out great, and it's very different too because
Well,
a lot
yeah.
of people using black or white, or you were the only one that actually had a color. You chose a red top, so that was pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
mean, I am red. It's me.
Ah man, so yeah, moving on to the next subject. Did you get it? I'm pretty sure you've seen it. The new MDC outfits.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean,
It looked good.
doesn't that get you excited? Like it got me excited
Yeah.
because 3 months ago, when before this thing happened, before the shutdown happened, I was gonna go hard. Like I had this idea. I'm pretty sure I've told you this in the in the DMs or whatever, but like for the people that are gonna listen to this, I had like this idea, right? Because I've run into this so many times when I'm shooting with models or planning a shoot with models, and
Mhm.
I give them my idea, and they're like, "Oh, that's a dope idea, but I don't have any outfits to wear," and that would
Mhm.
kill me so much.
Yep.
So like there was times where I'm like, okay, you could like just bring regular clothes or bring whatever you got, or literally there was a
Mhm.
time where she didn't have anything, like didn't have like any good outfits or even like anything. Like when I say
Oh
anything, I mean
wow.
everything. So like I improvised and like you know what, here take this bed sheet, wrap it around you, and basically made like a toga look.
Mhm.
So that's besides the point. But anyways, so I
It
got
gave
I
you the idea. It sparked the idea, huh?
yeah, it sparked my idea. Like why? Like it sucks that some of these models, like they're legit good models, and like they have good photo presence. They're photogenic, and like
Mhm.
but they just don't have outfits that they can wear. So I'm like, you know what? let me just try expanding a little bit. Let me push into like being like a clothing brand instead of just also just being a photography brand. Because I've seen
Mhm.
other pages do it, and obviously their pages are like a little bit over sexualized. If I'm being
Mhm.
polite,
Mhm.
I'm being like super polite, but like they basically and I've spoken to some of the models that actually gotten those outfits from those bigger number pages, and
Oh.
they've said that their outfits are they're basically trash. They're like thin layer material,
Mhm.
and it's basically like an iron on type thing, like a logo, like the
Yeah.
thing like you iron on that like it will scratch off and fade.
Yep.
So I was like,
Yep.
damn, I don't want to be like that. I
Mhm.
want to actually
Mhm.
have like unique outfits that are like really good material and like good designs on them. So that's like when
Yeah.
I came out with those clips ones, I immediately thought like, ain't nobody out there got outfits like this. Like that is a very unique look, and it's unique. It's sexy. It's different, and then you could just throw jeans on top of that and wear it as like a regular tank top.
Yeah. Totally.
And then like for example,
That's definitely what's gonna set you apart from all the other
and that's when I got when I like
brands. Mhm.
that's the feedback that I got when I first
Yeah.
started doing this thing, and I think I even have like the video saved on like the what do you call those things, like those stories that you saved and they can save on your page, like those bubble things or whatever.
Oh yeah, those highlights.
Yeah, the highlights. There you go. Like
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
had the first day when I launched it, and like I you can tell when I launched it how excited I was because I was very passionate about doing this and doing it the right way and like doing it for the models and not for selfish reasons, doing it because
Mhm.
it's art. It's basically an extension of art, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
So and I don't care if I actually stop doing this tomorrow or if I keep doing this for another 20 years. That day will always be a highlight of my career when I launched my first MDC Outfits. So
Oh yeah.
and people took to it. So
Mhm.
I bought
Which I
more.
love it.
Like I bought more. Like I have more sizes of the clips that day when I did
Mhm.
them. And then
Mhm.
we all know COVID hit, shut everything down.
Yeah.
So all that stuff had to just stay there because all the at the time I was going to a printing shop to get my logo printed on it. I didn't know how to do it myself at the time, so I was just going to them.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
all the stores were closed, so I couldn't take it there anymore to get it made. So they were just sitting there with no logos on it. And I don't know, honestly, to this day, I don't know what took me so long to think. Why don't I just do it myself? Why don't I just get the iron on thing and do it myself?
Yeah.
Don't ask me why I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it until like the end of May or the beginning of May.
Mhm.
See, I think it was because I was kind of scared if I messed it up, I was gonna look ugly or it wasn't gonna look
Yeah.
as clean. But
Yeah.
I'll let you know right now, FYI guys, if you're gonna start doing your own T-shirt thing and doing your own designs, you have to you have to have steady hands if you're gonna cut out those things, because cutting out those designs is a pain in the ass. It really is, especially if you're cutting out for like darker fabrics. Oh my
Oh.
god, I was literally there for like half an hour trying to cut out like a word. Like
Gosh.
I showed you the other one that I made. It was like script Barbie, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that really took me like 30 minutes to 45 minutes to cut that out perfect.
Oh my god. It looked good though.
Oh no! Because I took my sweet ass time cutting out every single curve. But
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
bought this thing. It's literally called a Cricut.
Mhm.
Cricut. Cricut.
Mhm.
It's kind of like a printer, but not a printer. It's a it's like a machine that looks like a printer, but it cuts instead of prints.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
feed the paper in
Yeah.
there, and like you connect it to like your computer
Mhm.
or your phone or whatever, and you go to the app.
Mhm.
You upload the
Mhm.
logo, and it prints it out. Well, it prints out the paper first on like the iron on paper, and then you feed it into the machine, and it reads the code, and then it cuts it out perfectly to the shape that you want it.
Nice.
So I just bought that
Mhm.
yesterday, so that's why I haven't made any more. So I'm gonna wait for that thing to come so I can finish all of them because I want
Cool.
them to all look
Mhm.
perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm and I'm not gonna wait another 45 minutes to an hour doing one outfit when I could just get it done in like 5 minutes with the machine.
Exactly. Mhm.
Yeah,
That'll be good.
yeah. So the next thing I guess for that endeavor would be to get the second batch of outfits, and I've sent you a bunch of pictures that
Yeah.
that jumped out
Mhm.
to me. Let me see if I can pull them up right here, so I can see which ones I'm gonna talk about right now. Let me go to
Okay.
the Okay, there's one of them that I'm looking at right now. I'll put it out when I edit the podcast. I'll put up a picture of which one I'm talking about. But
Okay.
there was one that I liked a lot. Well, they were all good, but there was ones that stood out more to me. That was like the one that's like white and black that are crisscrossing.
Mhm.
I thought
Mhm.
that was pretty cool. That was unique and pretty cool. And there was a pink one with like laces going around the legs,
Mhm.
and it's like stringy on the side.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think there was one more. Yeah, and then there was like two girls. One was wearing pink, one was wearing green, and it's like a half of it is like a long sleeve cut,
Oh yeah.
and then there's like
Mhm.
and I think those are like the best because like the people that I actually shared it with, those are the ones that jumped out to the people the most. Like my models that I sent it to, they're like, oh, that
Mhm.
looks so amazing. That should look fire. Like that should look
Yeah.
so dope. Yeah. So like I think what I'm gonna do now, like when I get these first batches done, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set up like a poll or whatever on IG. Well,
Mhm.
first I'm gonna contact the models that I work with primarily first, and then I will do a poll. But I will do a poll and be like, which ones do you think you want to see more first? And then whichever
Mhm.
one gets the
Mhm.
most votes, that would be the second outfit that I would do.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Mhm.
cause I'm like a
Mhm.
person. I like to incorporate people in my ideas. I like
Yeah.
doing
Get them
stuff
involved.
on my own, but I love it. I would prefer having other people's input because I never had other people's input when I was doing stuff like this. I always have to do it on my own.
Mm.
So yeah,
Okay.
I'm one for having input, and that includes you since you're part of the team now, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So yeah, so basically, when I do these things, I'm gonna be sending out the polls to you, and then you're gonna pick your favorite ones from out of the eight that I
Mhm.
send you, and then that's gonna be yours. And I'm gonna make
Cool.
it custom,
Sounds good.
and then I'm gonna send it off to you, and you can do God knows what else with it. You can wear it, you can promote it, you can do it in your
Mhm.
content, you can just wear it for your regular everyday going outside, but it's gonna be
Mhm.
yours. uh, yeah. Oh, nice silence.
What?
I said, you got quiet there. Very awkward silence.
Oh, sorry. I think it like broke up a bit
Oh, sorry.
on my end. On my end.
No. Okay, well, I guess that's that California signal, everybody.
I guess so.
Um, but
Right.
yeah, guys, this we've been talking to Miss Sarah May. Once again, gotta plug her in.
Hello?
I gotta plug her
Yeah.
in. Plug her info there. Check her out. You're definitely not gonna find any other images work anywhere better. Trust me.
Mm,
And I've been in this
I
business for
appreciate
a
that.
long time. I'm not
Me
just saying it, it's a fact. Miss Sarah
too.
May is very, very awesome.
And hopefully we can link up and collaborate one of these days. Now you're all the way on the other side, but
Oh no, trust me.
hopefully,
Trust
yeah.
me. it's gonna happen because before everything shut down, I was always traveling already to begin with. So
Okay.
in November I was out in LA. In February, I make a trip to go back to Cali. But first, I was gonna do a tour out in Miami and then fly over to
Mm-hmm.
California. I've been over to
Oh.
Toronto. I've been, like I said, I've been all over.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
All
definitely,
right. Well, can't wait till all this clears up.
you and me both. You know, I've
Yeah.
been dying for 3 months here. I've been dying to take out my new
Yeah.
equipment and shoot with people. It's so it gets frustrating
Mm-hmm.
when all you have is like props that you shooting here to just try to
Yeah.
stay, not rusty. It's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have no idea the messages that I get, like, oh my god, when you coming back? When are you coming back? I got these I got these four models here that are paid 300 a piece. When you gonna come back? I was like, oh
Oh.
my god, you're killing me here, man.
Here.
Like, Jesus, don't tell me that, because it's gonna make me feel worse. There
Do you
was
do outdoor shoots as well, or you're mostly indoor
I
in
do it.
studio?
I do everything. I'm very versatile. I actually prefer
Yeah.
shooting outside, to be honest,
Oh.
because that's where I first started. I didn't have no lights. I didn't have no other
Yeah.
equipment. All I had
Yeah.
was a camera and
Yeah.
daylight. So, and
Yeah.
I didn't have no money to like be booking like big studio
Mhm.
locations. So all I had was my
Mhm.
camera, my smarts, and outside and daylight to make stuff work. And when I look back on it, a lot of that earlier stuff is my one of my favorite pieces of work.
Yeah.
And I think I've sent. I don't know. It's been a while since I first sent you
You
those
should
things.
do. Yeah, you should do an outdoor shoot next. I think that'd be like a good transition back
Well, that was
because
my
you don't
idea
have to
to
be
be.
close.
That was one of my ideas back when I said in April, where I'm
Mhm.
not gonna like rush back into like booking like
Mhm. In
studios or like
Toronto.
booking like big penthouses like that, because I don't want to be in like confined spaces. Even if everything
Yeah.
clears up, I want to like
Yeah.
ease back into it, so like
Right.
you can
Right.
still shoot outside where I can still have distance between me and the person.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's the idea that I'm trying to lean towards. Not sure when I'm gonna actually start doing it again. I know it's gonna be fairly soon because, like I said, New York just reopened like on
Yeah.
Monday. So like now we're like
Okay.
gradually opening back up again.
Uh
So
huh.
that should be, I would say maybe July, mid
Yeah.
July,
Sounds good.
aiming for that
Mhm.
area. So
Mhm.
that should be good. Not
Yeah. It should be.
no, I take that back. It should be great
Yes.
because
It will
I
be great.
oh my god, I can see this already. The moment that the moment that I put a post up that says from MDC photography is back open,
Mhm.
it's gonna be a floodgate. Like, oh my god, you're back! Oh my god, when? I want to book, please, please, please.
Right.
Oh my, I could see it happening already. I could see it.
That's great.
But what I do want to do again that I haven't done since like since I first started, because when I first started I was very very naive, for, for lack of a better word. Also, like, I was very like open to like collabing with
Mhm.
everybody that I can get my hands
Mhm.
on. Not necessarily people that were from New York. That's the people that were
Mhm.
from like farther away. Like, there was one
Mhm.
time where I wanted to do work with this person, and she did good work, and she lived like in Toronto, Canada.
Oh. Okay. Uh huh.
So like, I think I was still in. No, I graduated college at that time, so I was out of school, but I was still young. So I like maybe like 21, 22. So, like I said, me being naive, not knowing how the shit worked or whatever, I was like, oh, I want to work with you. Yeah, I know. Maybe next time I'm in New York, maybe like next year or two. Like, no, I don't want to wait that long. I'll bring you out. I'll fly you out. It's like, you kidding me? No, I'll totally fly you out. I'll even get you a
Yeah.
whole spot, but you can stay for the whole weekend and all that. So that and that's kind of where it gave me the I not gave me the idea, but like that's where like the theme of like doing like those hotels and penthouses things came
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Because if my memory is correct, when I first started doing shoots, there was nobody really doing like the hotel theme besides like those porn star looking shots.
Yeah. Huh.
But
Mhm.
when I started doing them, and then like it was almost like opening like the floodgates, because once I started doing them and people started seeing them and people started like
Oh.
reposting it, I swear to God, hotel themes became like a thing, like everywhere. You could escape it. I'm not saying like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that I started it. Definitely not.
But
I'm
you started before the time
before the
when it
trend
became
happened.
popular.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God! Like every other day now, I see like people in a hotel or in the in the in
Yeah.
the in
Yeah.
the hotel balcony or something like that. Like
Mhm.
oh, like I at least see it like at least 5 times a day when I'm scrolling through. Oh,
Mhm.
but at least I can say that I was one of the first, one of the trendsetters to do it.
Mhm.
So that's good. But on
Cool.
and you know
Yeah.
what? You know what? I'm proud of it too, because when people go through my theme list, that's one of
Mhm.
the themes they like to pick. Like my work is very um um pro model choices. So
Mhm.
I obviously I have, creative input, like I have ideas, but my
Mhm.
ideas are stemmed to what the model wants. So like whenever the
That's
model
good.
wants, like for
Mhm.
example, like let's say I'm working with you, right? Like let's
Mhm.
say right now we're face to face right now. We're meeting for the first time.
Mhm.
Hi, I'm MDC.
Mhm.
How are you?
Good. Good. How are you?
I'm good. So we're gonna plan this shoot, right? So what
Uh-huh.
okay, I'm gonna get like a nice big spacious penthouse suite for us to shoot in. We're gonna have it all for the whole day to shoot in. Wherever you want to shoot in, we can do that. So and then I will show you the pictures, right? I show you the pictures. A big nice spot, very
Mhm.
spacious living room, balcony, big like not balcony, sorry, terrace, big terrace space, so you can go
Uh-huh.
inside out. So you see it, right?
Okay. Mhm.
What type of ideas do you get from that when you see that?
Um. All kinds of ideas. I mean, in the hotel, the very boudoir, or the lingerie, or implied. Out on the terrace, could do some cool like either like a night out, so I'll be wearing something that I'd wear out, something really sexy, and just kind of taking on the terrace. You could see the city, right? Stuff like
Yeah,
that. So a little bit more on the fashion side. I see that out on the terrace, but on the inside is a little bit more
yeah,
for the intimate shots and like maybe some bathroom shots. And I
yeah.
always love a shower and a bath, so I'm gonna probably be in there first.
And by the
I'd
way,
be
by the way,
yeah.
this hotel penthouse has the shower and the big hot tub.
The hot tub, that's my favorite. I'm in there first. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I start with clothes off first, and then we get the
yeah. Just get it out the way,
shower.
right? Fuck it, just get it out the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
using that as an example, right? That's how I basically do most of my shoots, if not all of them, minus like the event
Mhm.
shoots. So like all of my shoots that I planned beforehand, you just did like 70% of the actual planning. Like you picked the outfits,
Mhm.
you picked
Mhm.
where you wanted to start, you picked everything. All I
Yeah.
basically did was just provide the location.
Mhm.
And you
Mhm.
filled in all the blanks, and
Yeah.
that's how I love to work. Like,
Mhm.
whatever makes the model most comfortable
Comfortable. Yeah.
is always gonna provide the best possible outcome for getting shots.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's
Mhm.
why a lot of people like working with me, because I give them so much freedom instead of so much restrictions of how things should be, or things have to be
Yeah.
rather.
Yeah, that's important.
Definitely
And
important.
how long have you been doing photography? Not including your. You said you started with editing, but
But just
just the
photography,
photography. How long have you
specifically
been? Mhm.
photography. Okay, so let's see. It's 2020 now, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
when did I first join Instagram? The very first post, because I remember this like it was clockwork. I when I first joined Instagram, like way back in the day when it was just the old Instagram.
Yeah.
So I was just following people. I had no intentions of being like a photographer or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
So um, I think there was one of my old classmates or whatever that needed to do like a photo shoot for like something.
Mhm.
I forgot what it was. It was so long ago, but she needed a photo shoot done, and she put a post up. If does anyone have like a camera or knows a photographer or anything, and I commented like, I have a camera. Yeah, because and the reason I have a camera is because when I was in college, I was studying art and advertising.
Okay.
So one of the classes was photography. So it was like a required class, and in that class, I had to buy an actual camera,
Okay.
like a legit camera. Like fuck, and those cameras ain't cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyways, like I said, I commented like, "Yo, I got a camera," and she's like, "What? Really? So let's link up." And I was like, "Okay." And she got like yeah the the location. And
Okay.
strangely enough, it was the hotel picture that I was talking about that blew up.
Oh yeah.
So
Mhm.
so I just went back through my whole page.
Mhm.
My first post was September 22nd, 2012. That was my first
Oh.
picture that I ever posted, and that
Okay.
wasn't the photo shoot pictures yet.
Mhm.
So that means that a couple years passed. I was doing more edits, cartoon edits, drawing, sketching people. Right. So going through the
Mhm.
timeline right now, I still haven't hit the picture yet. So right now, I'm gonna answer your question as soon as I find it. I think I might.
Like December. That's
I'm
years.
getting close to it. I'm getting closer to it. Getting closer to it. It is. Come on, you're getting there. You're almost there. Aha, there it is. My first photo shoot was on September 27th, 2014. So almost 2 years later to the date.
Mhm.
So that's when I actually first started doing photography. And then,
Um.
but that wasn't the actual first picture that blew up. It was much later
Yeah.
on, but it was that same model.
Okay.
So I
Oh.
did a photo shoot with her, and then I did another shoot with someone else, and then that picture is right here, and that date was March 29th, 2015. So the following next year is when that picture like put me on the map, like that hotel
I see.
theme. So I would say
Mhm.
starting between 2014 and 15 is when I started doing photography. So
Okay.
6 years I've been doing photography,
Oh, yeah, that's really good.
and that shit happened all on luck and and accidental posting and people shouting it out and blowing it up, because honestly I was
Yeah.
just doing that as a favor to a friend that needed to do pictures. And
Mhm.
it's like when you find something that you're good at that you didn't know that you was good at.
Mhm.
Because before that I wanted to be like a writer, like writing,
Oh, yeah.
and I actually I actually have plans to move out to California, believe it or not, to like be like in like the
Wow.
Hollywood jobs.
Did you want to write movies or novels
Yeah,
or
actually movie
yeah,
scripts.
movies? Mhm.
So that was like my goal coming out of like high school and stuff. But
Mhm.
things don't always go according to plan. Sometimes doing something different
Yeah.
is actually the best thing that actually could have happened to you.
Yeah.
So like if I never would have did that, if I never would have did that favor for that friend, there probably would be no MDC photography. There probably would be no
Yeah.
MDC outfits. We probably wouldn't even be
Yeah.
having this conversation right now.
I know.
Like things would be so
A lot of
different.
things happen though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I have no regrets about
Yeah. Nothing.
going down this road.
Mhm.
I mean, do
Mhm.
I wish I could have still continued writing? Yeah, I mean, I still do, but like, I don't have that like that. Oh, I want to be in Hollywood type of fire that I had,
Mhm.
because I think I
Yeah.
found something that was more better for me, to be honest.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
like it's such a great thing, to be honest. Like, it's such a good feeling when you're shooting with someone and then you show them the photos and you get to
Yeah.
see their face light up when they see their picture. Because
Oh.
I me personally, I love working with, don't get me wrong, I love working with with bigger pages, trust me, like those more
Mhm.
popular people. But I also
Mhm.
love working with like the smaller ones too, or even the ones that never even done modeling before,
For
because
sure. Yeah.
when you shoot with them and then you show them the potential that they have inside them that they
Mhm.
didn't know, and you see that glow on their face,
Mhm.
dude, that's like,
Yeah.
that's the magic right there. That's
That's
why
it.
we do what we do, because
That's,
we
mhm.
we capture moments to show
Mhm.
how you could potentially be, you know.
Yeah.
But not potentially
Mhm.
be, it's already there, because when you're looking at someone, you see it already in them. It's just that they don't see it
Yeah.
in this,
You're
they don't see it in themselves. So that's our jobs as
exactly
like artists and photographers,
to show them.
to
Mhm.
show them
Mhm.
how we view them.
Yeah.
So when they see that and they're like, "Oh my god, that's so hot. That's me." I'm like, "Yeah, that's you. I told you that was you." And every time you could, I don't know if it still does it now, but back in the day, Instagram used to show you what you would post. Like, if you was to comment on somebody's page, you can see what they
Mhm.
would comment.
Uh
And
huh.
you would, if you was to go through my page, you will always see comments like, "Yo, you should be modeling. Yo, you should be doing shoots. You should be doing this,
Yeah.
that." Because every time I would see someone, I'd be like, "Yo, she would make a dope model." And I think
Mhm.
I've told you this story on the DM. The girl that suffers from anxiety, remember?
Yes.
That's that same thing. Like, I kept commenting like, "Yo, you should be modeling. Like, yo, you should be like in movies. Like, you should
Mhm.
be doing this and that." And then, one thing led to another, and then she finally did it. And then she finally like got over that. Like that's cool. Like, that to me,
Yeah.
that's awesome to me.
That's rewarding.
Super rewarding.
Oh yeah.
hmm So I don't know how long we've been going. I think we've been going. I have no idea how long we've been. Oh, okay, there it is. Oh man, well, I could just look.
47. 48
I could just look at the phone, right? Oh wow, we've been talking for 48 minutes.
minutes.
That
Yeah.
that's a good podcast. That's a good listening
Yeah.
podcast.
Or like the first day I met you, what did we do?
Oh, we just kept talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. It just kept
Talking all
going.
day.
It just kept going and going. Even when you said, "Okay, I got to go," we just kept
Yeah.
talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. I was like, I thought you were leaving." I was like,
Um,
"Yeah, but you kept talking, and so I'm not gonna leave when you're still talking."
you're like, I'm always gonna respond.
Yeah, man. To be honest, I kind of found that really interesting and cool, because like a lot of people, they just drop the comment and leave. They don't just
Yeah.
they don't just stay and keep talking and talking. And I just
That's why I was surprised about by you too.
oh, like me, yeah. Like, I didn't leave. I was just like, okay, I'm still here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah, that's not me. I love to have
Mhm.
conversation. Like, I could have a conversation all day. I could probably do this
Mhm.
podcast with you for like 3 hours if I could. But I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah,
I'm
for
not gonna
sure.
I'm not gonna do that,
Easily.
because I'm not gonna keep you here,
Yeah.
because this is like your only free day, so I'm not gonna like keep you the whole day.
The whole day.
No.
It's okay. Yeah.
um. But yeah, man. Um. I mean, this probably like the last 10-15 minutes has been about me. Let me just bring this back to you a little bit. So, you asked me how I got in photography and doing stuff like this. What got you into doing this type of work?
um, I want to say it was the pinup inspirations I
Pinups?
had when I was in high school and 18, 19 years old. I was like obsessed over all the pinup queens. and I was so obsessed about it that I was like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Like they inspired me to pursue it, so I did try. Um, I paid for a shoot. I paid a lot of money for a shoot in a studio where they do your hair and makeup and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because now that photographer wants to shoot me, and I rather charge him this time around. It's like, hey, let me get my money back. But
Yeah, give me back my
yeah,
money. Give me back my money.
yeah, it was a lot. I want to say I spent like $700 or something like that and everything. And
Oh my
yeah,
god.
just after that, never again. I spent the money, and I was like, never again will I ever spend money on a shoot.
Let me just ask you this question before you continue with your story. Was you paid $700, right? So was the pictures actually worth the money that you spent? Like did the pictures like
um,
were they good?
no, not. I mean, okay, I'll tell you this: the hairstylist is superb. He is he's fantastic. He's still doing it too.
Okay.
He does pinup hairstyles and everything like that. He's great. And then the makeup artist as well. Like I can't remember who it was, but I remember this person did a great job as well. And the thing is, it was just a plain gray backdrop
Uh huh.
in studio lighting. So the lighting was great. The photographer was good, and everything was fine, but there was nothing special about it.
It was just like
There were no
eh.
props. There was no concept. There was nothing.
It was
I
eh.
literally just stood in front of the backdrop,
It was
and
basically
that was
like
it.
it was like going for your high school pictures or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I brought my own wardrobe and everything. It's not like they provided outfits.
Oh man,
So for the
that
money, it was
sucks.
kind of like, yeah, at least provide the outfits too.
Seven hundred
Um,
dollars though.
that's that's a lot of money,
That's a
and
lot of money. That's a whole paycheck to some
especially
people.
I was only like, I think I was only 19 at the time.
19, and that was your with your own hard money, right? That you
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I
oh
was so passionate about it. I was
oh,
like, I gotta see what this is like.
and
I
that
gotta see if I could do it. I said.
and that was probably like impulse too, right? Probably like picking like a photographer. Like you
Mhm.
didn't know like people could like
Yeah,
negotiate
I
different
didn't really do my
prices.
research.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just looked at like who's doing pinup shoots, you know,
Hmm.
and then that's what they marketed at.
I
They're doing
mean,
pinup shoots.
I mean, I don't knock it because like is like I when you said 700, I'm just thinking, oh, the photographer just overcharged her like crazy. But then you mentioned like he had
Mhm.
the
Yeah,
hairstylist, the makeup artist. So I
exactly.
get it.
Yeah,
So they have to get a
some
cut of
extent.
that. But like still, that's a
Yeah,
lot, man.
yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
fuck,
So but I just.
the most I've ever charged anyone was
Uh-huh.
$200 for the whole thing,
Okay,
and
that makes sense
that's
though.
makeup,
And,
hair,
mhm.
location, food,
Mhm.
safety, all that shit is provided.
Oh,
So imagine, and the theme is what you want. So like, it could be whatever
yeah.
theme. So like,
Mhm.
that's like a way bigger bargain than $700. Oh
Yeah.
man, that just I'm sorry, that just threw my mind off the train track. So like, I
I
just
wonder what they're charging now. Not that particular studio, but I know that there's companies that still do pinup shoots, and that's how they market it.
mm-hmm.
And that's all the photographer shoots. And then they'll have a bunch of props, makeup artists, hairstylists. I think they charge, if not more than that now.
Oh,
It's
definitely, because
crazy.
if he was like,
And then yeah.
good, because if that was like in high school, inflation
Mhm.
now, that's probably way more now. You
Yeah.
probably would if probably
And
spending now. You probably spend like $1,000 probably,
uh-huh. Yeah.
or
And all
damn
the
it,
packages,
or
like they'll say, oh, one outfit is this much, two outfits is this much more.
mm-hmm.
So they're making good money off that.
Jeez. But then
Yeah.
we're definitely in the wrong business, and we should be working for studios or make our own
I
studio or
know,
something.
right? I know.
Oh,
I was almost about to start up like a boudoir business thing in a studio.
oh
It
my
didn't work
god!
out. Yeah, but
I
it was
just
the same setup.
I just had my idea right now. It just hit me in the head. MDC Studios. Oh my! It just hit me. Oh my! It has a nice ring
Yeah,
to it. Like MDC Studios.
yeah.
MDC. Oh
The
my!
next move,
Oh, that's the
imagine.
that's the final move.
Hmm.
If I'm charging like $1,000 for a per person that's coming to shoot, oh, I'll
Oh
be
yeah,
set for life.
that already pays for rent alone
Oh, like
for your studio.
look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that.
yeah,
Oh, that's, you know what? Oh, that's gonna be the end game. That's the end game. Having my own studio. And
yeah.
that should be it when you think about it. Like,
Sometimes that's what it takes, right? You learn from the people that took your money in the first place.
oh, exactly. You learn from the people that freaking took your money.
Yeah. And
And-
you're like, wait, no.
But
Yeah, because never again did I
you
ever pay for a shoot.
never again.
Never again.
I mean,
That was it.
that was it. That
But I use those photos to like enter pinup contests and stuff like that. I use them, they were usable, clean, nice photos. Um, and I think I even have one up on my Instagram, like as a throwback. It's fun. I'll show you.
oh, let me
But
go. You know, I have my iPad right next to me. Let me see if I can find it.
I think I have a highlight on my pinup work. A highlight on
You
pinup
know,
work.
honestly, now that when I think about it, I don't think I've ever done a pinup shoot.
Yeah,
I don't think I have. To be honest,
it's different.
if
It's
I'm thinking about
different.
it off the top of my head, I don't think I have.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, right now I'm on your page. I see the one with the top hat, and you got the gun, the Christmas, the.
Let's see. If you go through my pinup work highlight, there is one I posted that says it's my first shoot. And you can see. And I was a little thing. I was 19 years old.
He was a little thing. Okay, so I'm at the very end. I'm at the very end of your page right now.
Yeah.
So there's one you're like in like a yard, and you're like in the
Oh yeah. No, look up my highlights up at the top.
oh, you should have
Super
told me
cool.
that, man.
Yeah.
The
That's
highlight
what I say. Yeah. Highlights pinup work.
pinup work. Okay, I
And I
see it.
did post one up in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you a
Yeah.
young thingy, 19 years
Mhm.
old.
Yeah.
Sheesh, that's a good shot. I like this shot. The one of you on the beach that's black and white. That's nice.
Oh yeah. That was cool.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Ooh, the one on the car is pretty cool. That's cool too with the rose petals.
Mhm.
And this was that same shoot that you're talking about that you described, talking about the
Yeah.
$700.
Yep. The one that I said is my first shoot.
Wow, look at that, people going through her
Yeah.
history, and look at
Yeah.
you now. Look at you now, and you're creating your own content. You never have to pay for another shoot since
Yeah.
you're making your own content. You're you
Mhm.
you're definitely making artistic content, not just sexualized content.
Yeah.
It's dope, and I think that's why I gravitated to it, because I could obviously you can see pages where it's all overly sexualized, but like
Yeah.
your posts, your pictures, like this, there's some art to it. Like this one right here that I'm looking at is on your regular page. Like you're just sitting next to a plant, but the way that the lighting is hitting you, like it's like it tells
Yeah.
like a story, and the way that you have your face pose is like you've been through some shit.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
That is
man.
right. Yeah.
And
I'm not gonna be posting
I
ass and
think
tits all day.
when I first messaged you, I think that was like one of the fewer ones that I was like, yo, this picture is dope or whatever.
Mm.
I think it was like the one of you sitting outside or whatever, like you was outside in regular clothes.
Oh
I
yeah, my overalls.
and I didn't even bother with any of the ones where you're like with less clothes on, because I'm pretty sure you got those comments and compliments
Yeah.
all the time to begin with.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I appreciate that. And
it's crazy, but look at that. That's amazing work. Like even with the one with the gun, like look at that focal length, and
Mhm.
the focus of your face. Like look at that. Like that is
Yeah.
incredible. Like look at that, guys. I'm gonna put a picture up. Look at that. Look at that. That's Miss Sarah May, y'all.
Special.
So let's try to wrap this up. Give you like the last
Mhm.
final couple questions.
Mhm.
So we've been talking for like an hour almost.
Mhm.
Well, no, we have been talking for an hour. And I just looked at
Yeah.
it. Looked at. So you started 19. So it's 2020 now. Where do you see your
Yeah.
work going from here? Do you see yourself doing
Ooh.
more type of pinup work? Do you try to want to do like more different type of stuff? Like where do you see yourself going?
Yeah. Well, whenever I want to do a shoot, I want to create something um, that is very impactful and inspirational to others.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care to really shoot stuff that you've seen all the time. I'm not really interested. I could do that on my own, or I don't know. It's not really something I'm interested in doing. Even if we're doing like a boudoir shoot in a hotel room, I'm gonna find a way to create a different kind of interest, and I that's all I see. And in the future shoots that I'm gonna do is I'm always gonna challenge myself to create um, something different and something that that I enjoy doing. Something like you said, very artistic or interesting, things like that. Um, and some more pinup too. It's been a while since I've done pinup, but just a couple more that I want to recreate would be kind of cool. Since it's been a while, I
That's
want to do
pretty.
that.
And that's
Yeah.
why, everybody, that's why we all love Miss Sarah May, because when obviously not for the people that have like the type of vision that we got. When the normies look at you and they see your page, we're gonna call them normies for normal people.
Okay.
When they see your page, obviously we both know what they're gonna look at first, right? So
Yeah.
they get like an expectation, but when they listen to this and then they think, oh my god, he's talking to her. He's probably gonna talk to her about all this crazy stuff, and but no, we're just regular people, and we're creative
Yeah.
people. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
love about working with other creative people. It's not an ideal that people think and like, oh, it's gonna be like this. No, it's different. We have different
Yeah.
ideas. We have different goals. We have different
Mhm.
visions and stuff like that. It's not
Yeah.
always the same.
Mhm.
It's not the one thing that you like. It's the many things that I like.
Yeah. Exactly. Well said.
Yeah. So, but as for me, where I see myself after is gonna be MDC Studios. That's where it's gonna end up.
Yeah.
That's the end game. I'm gonna have one in four corners of the country. One in New York, one in Florida, one
Ooh.
in Texas, and one in
Yeah, I
California,
was gonna say
and
you,
one in
you better have one
California.
out over here.
I'm calling
Mhm.
it, and you're gonna run the California one.
All right. That sounds like a
You,
plan,
you,
man.
yeah, man. That, oh man, but that's the dream though. I swear, like if I ever like got big or famous, or like
Mhm.
by some miracle won the lottery or something like that, that was always like a dream of mine. Maybe not the MDC studios, but like before all this, I always said I was always wanted to have like a house in like the four corners of the country, like New York,
Yeah.
Florida, Texas, and
Mhm.
California. Like,
Mhm.
oh man,
That's a great
if I had
dream.
the money to do that, that'd be great. And then I can even do the
Mhm.
four seasons in four the different four seasons in different houses. I could do like summer in California and Florida, and do like fall and winter up in New York, or Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that. I like that. Yeah.
But now that we're gonna be rich and famous and doing photography, fuck the houses. We're gonna be doing MDC studios. We're gonna be rich, charging $900, $1,000 for pinups. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, guys. It's been an hour. We've been talking for an hour. It's been great. I hope you guys enjoyed this
Mhm.
podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me talk to Miss Sarah May. Once again, you all love her name, Miss Sarah May. Just rolls off the tongue. It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being a part of the first show that I was able to actually do because I wanted to do this back in like April, but I had a
Mhm.
shitty computer. You know what? Let me stop because if I start talking, I'm gonna talk for another hour. Um, Great show. Love having you. Hopefully, you can come back to do another episode.
Oh yeah. Until next time. We'll
Until
meet
next
again.
time, guys. It's
Yeah.
been real. I'm MDC. This is Miss Sarah May, and we got
Yes.
we got the rest of the day to go do. Get out of here. Go
Yeah.
do go do what you was doing.